afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from me, host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Psych, Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to an exciting 1 versus 1 on Crossroads. From the south, we got here Siddhartha Gautama, also known as Creativename, fighting here for the Oberkommers, Germany, Deutschland, rolling out here with the 12th SS Panzerdivision Hitlerjugend versus the north. We got Luvnest, fighting for the Commonwealth, King and Country, the 7th Armored Division, the Desert Rats. We got here Luftwaffe, Firestorm, and Overwatch with Triple Infantry versus Commando Regiment, immediately chosen near Luvnest. Commando Regiment overall catching on a lot here amongst certain high-ranked British players. Triple section there, by the way, boosting them as much as possibly can with bulletins. Creativename here going out for a double focus to start to back up his Sturm Pioneers, to that way pressure against his opponent in terms of just raw map control. Though of course firepower wise it's sort of more with the Sturm Pioneers in the early game, because sort of get them close to the section, you can have some good shots in. Of course the trick is getting them there. Luvnest moving towards the western fuel point. Creativename spreading out here overall, might be aiming to try and pressure Luvnest here in the cemetery in the early game. We shall see how that works out. Grabbing the southeastern point, Sturm Pioneer advancing here through the local foliage. Point being secured. Just bring in there as well. More sandbags from Luvnest. Note the positioning here allows them to actually contest the point or hold the point, but at the same time the enemy can actually easily make use of the cover either, so that's some clever setup there by Luvnest. And there you go, first engagement, doing parts of the section fault. No, can't decide there. Bit reckless caution there, I think, there by, or indecision by Creative, but there we go, gets close nonetheless. Pulling into light cover. Already half the squad gone, need to retreat here. Again, I think in this case, just that slight moment of indecision, we couldn't decide when to charge forward either, just resulted in some extra hits there from Luvnest, which slowly turned the game there against the Sturm Pioneers. In the southeast, securing points here, sandbags down there as well, though he can't quite neatly do it like he has Luvnest did. Vic is following up there for Luvnest, Fulton is falling back, third full squad there out as well for Creativename. And double six against the Fulton, we see there, Creativename is just falling back as he realises that's not going to be a very good engagement to have for him. In the southeast, almost got the fuel point, but it's going to be behind the Luvnest there. Sturm Pioneers reinforcing truck on the way as well there. That'll be a battle group headquarters most likely here for Creativename versus Luvnest and the 7th Armoured. As Luvnest swings through here, the west side, more sandbags. In this case, still slightly further up here. In this case, actually using the hedges here to basically provide light covers in case they're flanked. They'll be sort of, I think, get the light cover bonus there. An interesting setup, by the way. Plus a lot of negative cover, which is going to make it a bit harder for them to rush the sandbags. So an interesting setup there by Luvnest. So theoretically could be used by the opponent to hold the point if he first gets it. So it's a bit risky in some ways as well. But we can see the Creativename pushing through the centre, pushing up for the west side. Might threaten the cuff point there for Luvnest. So we got the Vickers covering up there nicely. And there we go. Photo spotted. And they do get away there, rendering the point neutral, but without getting suppressed. In the southeast here, we got the section holding up here. Slightly nasty flanking ability there if Creativename doesn't realise it. But so far, there looks like Luvnest going to react here to Creativename's movements in the west. We got Fulton Sturm Pioneers moving in, battle group headquarters going up. Luvnest himself taking up. As you can see, that slight bit there, the platoon command post popping up on the minimap. Sturm Pioneer rolling in support here by the Fulton squad. We got section up north though, focusing down the Sturm Pioneers. Well, pretty risky here for Creativename. They're up close here, they should have a slightly better chance, but again, as you might notice, they're getting focused down pretty hard, and that is one there for Luvnest. We got more Fultons moving in. And we got the Vickers with the 6 moving up there. Alright, chaps, get that machine gun up and running. We need to gun those hands down. Creativename going for a machine gun of his own. Doesn't have enough fuel, I don't think, for any sort of light vehicles right away. So, machine himself could certainly do a lot there versus Luvnest infantry. Noting Luvnest has yet to upgrade his section for anything. But there you go. As I say that, he is in the process of going for the bolster upgrade after his sappers. Assault rifles up there for Creativename, so only the faster you can get those up, particularly as the Brits, that can help you out quite nice. That's a good, I think, decision there by Creativename. It's a bit interesting. Luvnest's bolter section is a bit later. Usually British players will go for it from as soon as possible, because that way they will have less section and have to just fully upgrade to, or reinforce to 5-man, whereas again, they can then faster get out more sections that just start at 5-man. But either way, 3 section, the sapper section, soon to all be 5-man once they're fully reinforced. You can, of course, always get more. Healing going on, the medics on the way there for Creativename in the meanwhile. And there goes Sappers repulsed with might and fury. And then suppressed afterwards by a Vickers machine gun. Machine gun coming up the west flank. There's a bit work by Luvnest for Plov. And there goes, surprises Luvnest here by the house. close here, but looks like they'll just rush the machine gun and push it away. He'd have to be really lucky that Luvnest isn't paying attention for him to have a chance of wiping. He can still get some good damage in, pushing down to less than half health, and can now threaten the carve point. Good move there by Creativename. Luvnest center there is completely open, and he's going to have to rush in to actually sort of contain the damage here that Creativename could actually do to him. Further back, Creativename's nothing going on. Luvnest healing, reinforcing. Section point gets the Fulcher slightly falling back. He could try and rush back up with an incendiary grenade, and there you go. Counter attack here by the carve point. Creativename could be forced to pull back his Sturm Pioneers soon enough. Out in the open, their sappers are being cut to ribbons. Negative cover is definitely not helping them stay more alive. And there you go, at the same time, also happening to push up the west side against the fuel point here. Luvnest rushing out to try and contain this as well as Creativename falls back. Again, still think you should try and pop in an incendiary grenade. Obviously, might be, he's just wasting manpower in the fires, to be honest. Creativename has yet to make a choice for Doctrine. Obviously, Luvnest has yet to show his. He can't really until he hits the 3 command points, in which case he can begin popping commandos and smoke raids. Sappers, I believe, laying down mines around the carve point to make it harder there for Creativename to rush it. Very good. The machine guns joining in, forces flanking up behind, no incendiary grenades. Oh, there we go. But taking too much heavy fire. The section, they're able to do a lot of damage behind heavy cover, even if they're being flanked. And the forces will have to retreat unless they wish to fancy very early death. Back here, healing reinforcement going on. Creating unit to further take up. And there go, push back in the east. Again, that was a bit of a pointless engagement to an extent there for Creativename. Truck on the way, that will likely be the Schwerpanzer headquarters, though I do feel like the truck is a bit early out for that. For Luvnest, we got nothing further going on in the base. Machine gun there being suppressed by the Vickers and being assaulted there by Luvnest sections. Noting Luvnest has yet to go for any grenades or any sort of upgrades like Bren guns. But so far fallen a bit out of favour with the Brits, since they just need to really just bolster them, and the British infantry section will do really well. Allowing them to use munitions and, well, doctrine abilities much more easily. Fulcher setting out, truck setting out. Ooh, caught here though by the Vickers and suppressed. Oh dear. Looks like they'll be able to pull it off though. Catching Luvnest in a bit of a sticky spot. He's going to have to be quick about it, get close enough to the Vickers before that suppression. There go, just retreats. Very good. Troops are suppressed. Forces flanking in, forcing collapse of Luvnest's western position. So he's not actually trying to do anything in the east bar against Creativename. He actually even mined the cover there. That's sneaky there by Luvnest. Really sneaky. I like it though. I'm sure Creativename does not like it. Unit there just defending in the east, wiring off the cover here by the victory point. MD-44 setting up. Not necessarily the best wide job there, because they could still use the cover. Might have been a misclick there. Either way, Luvnest can now begin calling commandos. He's certainly got the resources saved up for it, so commandos called right now, and there we go. Could give Creativename a bit of a headache. Schwerpanzer calls up, and of course with this, Luvnest basically giving away. He's either gone for Vanguard or Commander. I can't quite remember the active Vanguard, but either way, something with commandos is inbound, and certainly he'll soon know anyway, so it's going to be in a Commando Doctrine as soon as it lands and he sees commandos. So there we go. 5-man infantry squad there with silent Sten guns. In the east here we got full of us. Oh, the Vickers caught in a bad spot. Falling back rapidly. Creativename can actually go for orbitals now, equipping the light machine guns. That could certainly be a way of just pressuring Luvnest infantry further. And certainly put some pressure on the commandos. But so far no sign. Oh, there we go. Orbital loading on the way for Creativename and the 12th SS Panzer Division. Troops to healing reinforcing. Sturm Pioneer moving out for Deutschland. Fun fact about the silent Sten guns, the Germans actually would use captured examples of it for their own special operations forces, as they were quite impressed by it. Fun fact. Orbs on there, almost done, and there we go. Vickers moving up, full still in possession. Second commando squad. Luvnest is really going heavy in the commandos. That is 2 commando gliders actually. That's also a lot of reinforcement points depending how he uses them, which will try to make it harder there for Creativename to push through. So we'll have to see where Luvnest lands the second glider, but 2 gliders that fast. A bold strategy. Dancing around the centre, Orbs moving out. Light machine on the way there. Shots fired here, and continues skirmishing around any fault. But there we go, exposed against flank, and he's getting within grenade range without knowing it. Light cannon bomb off of the MU-34. and just sweeping through with the silenced end guns. Really bad development there for Creativename. Again, great ambush there though by Luvnest. Great ambush. Holding in self then control, and ooh, they can't see he just started off within the base limits. They're right in front of the flanking placement. Really lucky there for Creativename. He did not lose it sooner. Meanwhile, the Orbison pushed back, did some damage to Luvnest forces, cut down the commandos to just a single man. But overall, Luvnest is in a really strong position right now as a Creativename. Creativename is just on the defensive, falling back here in the face of the British storm of the 7th Armoured. Troops are healing, reinforcing for Creativename up back here. Nothing further going on there for Luvnest, just commanders reinforcing. Alright chaps, get ready for shooting some Huns. Don't you mean Germans? We call them Huns because we wish to dehumanize them. That makes it easier to shoot them. Get with the program, Terrence. And we got smoke raid. Wow, we actually got smoke raid. Good golly, Miss Molly. Excellent stuff there. Not entirely sure why I use it for now, but it allows him, of course, to decap territory much faster, so it might be there. It also gives away his ambush units. Oi! Heinz, I think they're hiding us there. Why do you think that they're smoking the position? Like, why would they be smoking points randomly? Stupid British. But there you go, also allows the section to ambush. Cheeky. No grenades though, still. Interesting stuff in there. You go, pushes back 2 units there thanks to the ambush camouflage. Apparently, Creativename did not see it coming at all. And it's making it harder for the fight because the smoke just forced him to fall into less effective range, just, you know, stuff like that. So, complete mess of the situation thanks to smoke raid operation, just completely messing up Creativename's attack. Nice work there by Luvnest. I don't think that was intended, I think. But it certainly had an effect. 6-pounder gun on the way there. Luvnest, I think, could soon consider taking out. Creativename is not too far off from a Panzer IV. In the meanwhile, he might want to consider some more Orbital Soldaten or another MG-34. Possibly not prepared for armor. I mean, in that regard, that's a bit interesting. He's actually not prepared for armor at all. Samek's being dug in it, but Luvnest, very good. Taking advantage of his current position just to make it harder for the Germans to push it. Commanders hiding up. Really good use of the ambush as well. Correct usage. But there you go. Creativename pushing westwards instead, realizing his opponent might have dug in heavily. He's just going to push to the west, where he's not really there at all. Clever move there by Creativename. Good direction, though. I think you should consider choosing a doctrine soon. Firestorm at this stage I think would be a bit late. Luftwaffe with Van assault fighter moves would be good. For the fatherland, maybe some Goliaths. I mean, could help him defend against some Luvnest. And there you go again. He's really underestimates Luvnest's ability to just hide out those commanders and just surprise his machine gun. Like, that's the second time. Like, he just really got into nasty development there with the commandos. Really good stuff there by Luvnest. Really good stuff. Sandbags up here. Orbs on there. Moving ahead. And there you go. Vic's coming up from the small house. Creativename is still going to try and push him, maybe just to tie down Luvnest force and make it hard for him to reinforce there and sort of grab it back. We'll see. More sandbags being mined there by Luvnest, and straight into the mine. Poor Fritzler goes down, leaving the rest of the squad to take cover. And there we go. Now we got assault from Luvnest. Wow, he's actually making use of a lot of the abilities so far. Great stuff. Sending it over, get a section up, flashing out a cover, still puzzle the section up here. Tense finding here, still no doctrine from Creativename here in the west. We got commanders rushing in there under assault, but there you go. All of a sudden, Futzker's fighting out. Granate. And oh, almost got them there, but didn't quite. Still brutal fighting here between Luvnest and Creativename. Oh, more mines going off. In this case, Luvnest forces I don't think are quite concentrated enough either place. Bit scattered there, whereas Creativename certainly has enough force to at least disrupt some of them. But there you go. Hitting the cuff point. He's really can't make use of the fuel point. Panzer IV on the way there. Luvnest finally done, taking up as well. Still no doctrine there from Creativename. And here healing reinforcement going on. Commandos replacing their losses. Section there hiding out. Commanders from the north creeping through the cemetery. Making again use of the ambush attack to keep them moving. Getting as close as possible before them surprising. Might even use the other section of spec. But no! He goes for it! He goes for it! And oh no! And because they were on the other side of the cover when they're thrown, they don't get the protection bonus against the grenade. And they drop the light machine gun. This is an absolutely disastrous development here for Creativename. An absolutely amazing ambush assault there by Luvnest. Outstanding work. And you've got catching the anti-tank gun, them gunning it down in cold blood. But still losing the LMG-34. I mean, the only way they could have been most, they actually picked it up with the commandos, since they can fire that one on the move. But yeah, Panzer IV, that might help Creativename out here before Luvnest pulls out some serious armor of his own, or tank destroyers. Creativename's going to have to replenish some of those losses, in particular the Obelson. I think it's going to be a bit tricky to not, get again. Panzer IV only going for the machine gun, shoots, and doesn't do too much damage. There's no pin-up machine for the Panzer IV. Still no Doctrine for Creativename. I definitely think that's something he needs to invest in. And there you go, big push up this side. Commandos there engaged by the Panzer IV and repulsed effectively. Got the section flanking in there with an MG-34, catching Creativename's west flank off guard. We got the Panzer IV there to cover it up, providing protection there against those Tommies. Meanwhile, sweeping up the right flank for Creativename with more Tommies. We'll have to see where it sends the Panzer IV, and looks like it's going to send the Panzer IV to cover up the right flank and his fuel point there. Section versus Fulton's light machine gun versus assault rifles up close though. And due to the way they engage with their kind of Fulton amount of chance, but we got more smoke right here from Luvnest. An interesting choice to go for that now. Might have been a misclick. Actually went for one for the assault. Hard to say here. Either way, smoke raid is happening. Fulton's pushed back. The commandos rushing in. I'm really liking that a lot more British players seem to realise Commander Regiment is actually a pretty solid doctrine. And again, smoke raid is a pretty great ability. Anyway, so Ken, over the way the Creativename have realised he's soon going to be hit by Luvnest armour. The Luvnest has yet to actually push in any direction for it. But Creativename definitely needs more infantry, and he definitely needs a Doctrine as well. I mean, at this stage he just feels weird he hasn't gone for one. So much smoke. Panzer IV there being fixed up. Pushing out the west, pushing up the east. Got the MG-34 moving up, supported by a brave unit of Volksgrenadier in the west though. Commanders are pushing back both Volksgrenadier squads pretty easily. Mein Gott, this isn't what we train for. We didn't train for anything, Helmut. Exactly! Section being pushed back by the Volksgrenadiers and the MG-34, taking some heavier hits. Panzer IV good to go once more. Crom on the way there for Luvnest to attempt to say a fast comet or anything like that. And we finally got a Doctrine for Creativename. It is Overwatch, and he's going for Goliaths. Looks like he's going to try and push them for something serious. Commanders rushing in against the Vultures in the west, having perhaps getting a bit ground to maybe bait them into a better position to counterattack with. Hard to say. Goliath, though, depending on the done, could actually be quite nasty for Luvnest to deal with. But again, it's going to be tricky to get into position, but could happen. Goliath moving eastward. He's just going to rush it head on. That's pretty... Oh, he's hiding in here by the mine crater. Commander's almost rolled up. He looks like Luvnest might have extended. And... Oh! No! Yes, no! He got away. Didn't, actually. He didn't. Jump house pushed back there, but the Commander's Panzer IV moves in. Machine guns hammering away. Section crawling forward, suppressed. Flares going off. Goliath moves in. Luvnest reacts. And the Goliath goes off. Bit of waste of munitions there for Creativename this time around. Rushing for the fuel. Back here, healing reinforcement. More orbital on there for Creativename and the 12th SS. Machine gun just continue to hold the line here in the east, though, just barely. Now the counterattack here from the section. Luvnest cancels the Cromwell. Goes for hammer. He's going to go for comets. Seems like comets back on the menu, boys. At least slightly. Orbs on the squad, they're almost done.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it. Combat unit ready.
Orbs are loading out. LMG-34 already on the way there as well. Very good, very good. Commandos heading in this time, no ambush tactics or anything, just straight on assault. Clearly he's not afraid of the Volksgrenadiers, like he were of the Orbital Dardan. Flares up, Panzer IV moving in, grabbing the centre as well. They're also moving forwards, cautiously with the machine gun soon in hand. And there we go, Maschinengewehr für Deutschland. Panzer IV, there is the section, anti-tank and good hit that penetrating the 80mm of non-sloped armour. Comet on the way there for Luvnest. Orbital tank for the anti-tank and Grenadier annihilating them. And just barely dodging a mine. Smoke ray called in again by Luvnest. Bomb grenade I think would be great versus section out in the open versus eventually 3 sections of light machine gun. They really need something else. There you go. Retreat. Comet almost done. Mostly covering his own base with smoke. Good God! Didn't anyone think this through? Biggest thing out the Creativename for there, creeping about. Comet almost done there for Luvnest. There you go. Comet out. Comet out. Baker's ready to do this. Dealing with the folks as they try to flank it. Very nice handling there by Luvnest. Another Panzer IV, their Creativename. We'll see if the Comet doesn't change his mind. Or he's just going to stick to the Panzer IVs. Got the Commander on the way there. Troops push back. Comet rolling out there with his 77mm gun. Technically, there was a 17-pounder gun, decent caliber, but due to modifications and different ammunition, they called it a 77mm ammunition gun just to ensure there wasn't any sort of logistical issues. Fun fact. Anyway, they're pushing back the Sturm Pioneers. And he cancelled the Panzer IV. He's going for the Jagdpanzer instead to have a chance in dealing with the Comet. I think that's a right decision there by him. Theoretically, they could go for the Panther, but the Jagdpanzer just has a better rate of fire and better range. And is cheaper. So I can certainly understand why he goes for the Jagdpanzer. Comet there so far just blasting away there with its 77mm gun. Orbs under fire, and there we go. Poor Jurgen ends up dead. Commanders are dealing with full gun falling a bit back here for the infantry section with the LMG 34 to fall in. More sandbags up to defend the fuel point. There we go, light gun bomb off. And Creativename falls back, not intending to waste manpower on this. And we got another Goliath for Creativename. Another one. Good hit from the Comet. Comet the flank, shoots, misses. He could try and pop a grenade. Push back from the center thanks to the anti-tank gun. Goliath now on the way there for Creativename again. We'll have to see if this one does better than the first one. Almost blasts his own men there with the Comet. There we go. Panther IV rolling in a bit boldly there, to be honest. Comet though bounces off the Panther IV's armor. Bit lucky there for Creativename, to be honest. And shot there against the MG-34. There we go. Jagdpanzer goes for it. 6-pounder against it up, and he also needs to lay down the smoke gun, I think, to retreat the Comet to a safer position. Shoots, misses. 6-pounder gun there and easily hits, penetrating the Jagdpanzer's armor. Goliath hiding out in a small crater. He's going to need more saps, I think, to repair his Comets fast enough. And Luvnest can otherwise actually soon go for a second Comet, in which case things are going to get really tricky for Creativename. Because that's going to be a lot of firepower. I mean, with the section with the light machine is just tearing apart the Germans. Good lord, I never knew German engineering was so smooth and efficient. Ja, mein Freund. Oh, who are you? I'm Tommy as well, yeah. Comet there falling back as it took a hit there. Actually, not a penetrating, I think, from the Jagdpanzer, but still falls back there, which I think is the wise decision. His Comet has been dinged up quite a bit. But I think he might try and go for another Comet first before considering more sappers. Commander signing up again. Luvnest is pretty adept at using the ambush ability of the commanders. That's really good stuff there. I think a lot of players tend to underestimate just the abilities hiding out in a good position and springing a surprise when the opponent actually is. Oh, Luvnest, I feel like you're extending your Comet a lot despite it being heavily damaged. More to cover down, but he's about to lose his Comet, and it goes down. I definitely think that was poorly handled there by Luvnest, personally. That definitely could have been handled a lot better. More to cover down, raining down here on the Jagdpanzer and other stuff. Slightly disrupting Creativename's lines, but he just got a Comet. We can see Luvnest going for a second one, but I think would say was definitely a throw of a good otherwise tank there for Luvnest. And certainly I think could give Creativename a really good chance to get back into the fight, though he is still being aggressively contained here by Luvnest. Aggressively contained. If we can get rid of the anti-tank, that'd be really amazing right now for Creativename, since Luvnest otherwise has no counters to the Panther IV.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
There we go. 6-pounder going down. Kill them all, Fritz! Use your Maschinengewehr! Jawohl, Herr Feldwebel. We use different ranks in the Waffen-SS. Sorry. Panzer IV, they're turning into the machine gun. Couldn't even get a weapon in the section with this Maschinengewehr or main gun. Commando's almost done there for Luvnest and the 7th Armored Division. There we go. Can't quite get that wipe right away. There we go, gets it. Comet shoots, misses, gets the victors as well. Luvnest is now incredibly short in infantry within his own base. Goliath again there for Creativename. Might have actually gotten a weapon one, I guess. Just didn't see it. Panzer IV, the blitz away for the Comet. Another hit. They almost got the Panzer IV there, but he falls back with the Comet. Commanders tearing through Creativename's lines, but good God, he suffered a lot there. He even lose the light machine gun team. Where did he lose it though? Guessing it might have been a Goliath that just took it out. How many is in gun? Yeah, he's gone. So I think he got a wipe there with the Goliath while everything else was going on in the east. Which basically meant Luvnest is now really short on everything, particularly infantry. He's going to need to replace those infantry losses soon. And he needs to make sure he does not lose a second Comet, at least not that easily. Because right now these are not losses he can afford. Grenade off. Got like cannon after, that's good, that's good. Also they need to get away though. Hitting the western field point they made good. Another Panzer on the way there for Creativename and the 12th SS. Luvnest playing manpower, not going for additional infantry right now. Might be feels like it's not going to be needed. Maybe he can feel like he might be setting up for more tanks. He could go for Cromwell right now, center. There's a theoretical option he's trying to set up for another Comet, but he really needs to stop throwing away his Comets in the first place. There he goes, laying down the smoke screen just to make sure he doesn't end up getting sniped easily. Mining off the entrance of the base, not a bad move there, using the smoke screen to make it hard for him to see that. He's going to still need to prioritise fixing up the Comet, but right now things are swinging aggressively in the favour of Creativename. Again, losing that Comet and then all those infantry units really is just swung in the favour of the balance, in the favour of Creativename here. And again, I imagine that Goliath at number 2 had a hand in it. 6 Pentagon on the way there, good idea. Sab's on the way to fix up the Comet. Sturmpioniere, Veterans E4. Goliath hiding up with the wreckage of a tank. Follows there versus advancing commanders in the section. More sappers for Luvnest that repairs armor. Also a good idea. Also a very good idea. Oh, nice hit on the commanders. Half the unit gone in the blink of an eye.
We're losing a capture point. Watch the mission. The new engineer section is waiting for orders.
More sappers out there for Luvnest. Obersoldaten, Panzer IV moving in. Panzer IV shoots, shatters the cover. Got the cannon setting up here, and Comet almost good to go. We got the second subsection moving in. Oh dear, cover shattered, section almost wiped out as well. Nice hit from the kidnapper though, and there we go. Comet good to go for Luvnest. Needs to get that moving as fast as possible. And he definitely also is going to need some more infantry down the road. Troops are suppressed. Pushing for the western fuel, probably help him get more fuel for a second Comet, in which case he might be able to go on the offensive more properly. Creativename going for a second Goliath. And you got the photos that are being bombarded by the Comet. There we go. Veterans E1 gained. Giving access to white phosphorus. I'm not entirely sure if the British use white phosphorus for the tanks. I know the Americans did, they were quite fond of it. But I'm less sure about the British. Good hit from the Comet though on the Panzer IV. We got smoke raid again.
The enemy are determined, and we are down to
Pushing forwards. Push up here. Always on charge for machine and can't fire at it. causing some slight complications there for Luvnest with the smoke rate this time around. But there you go, some straight to the line fire machine gun getting suppressed here. Might try and get close enough here for a grenade, but they might get pinned down before the Habs are done health. And there you go, bun grenade off. Still does some damage, but not enough. Not enough to sway Luvnest there. Goliath hiding out here, can't moving in aggressively. Need to be careful here. Bounce here, Yak Panzer's shot. And there you go, Goliath with Pierce going straight for the section. And oh, goodness, almost got a wipe there. Section moving up here, getting wiped by the, almost wiped here by the Panther 6-pounder gun moving in also close. Oh, he got a wipe on the retreating section. Sappers down for Luvnest. 7th Armour taking heavy loss here from the 12th SS all of a sudden. Closing in on the 2nd Command here for Luvnest. If only he hadn't thrown away that first one though, I think he would be in a much better position now. Good hit there on the Fultz Grenadiers. Halfway to victory 2 on that Comet. Pencil moving in, shoots, misses.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Another shot fight, unit forced away. Shots fired there, getting a bit tense here. And there you go, Fultz is pushed back by the Comet. Luvnest is really close to the 2nd Comet here. Goes for a Firefly instead. I can understand why though. A lot of German armor in that regard. The Firefly would be helpful. Though again, the Comet can handle them well, plus the infantry. But I won't blame them for going for a Firefly here. Panther also there, goes straight to the anti-tank gun. Commander spotted flanking the Panther 4, but doesn't actually hit. White Phosphorus was also on that way dealing with them. That's definitely one way of doing it. That is definitely one way of doing it. Close 52 here on the Comet. Another Yak Panzer of Creativename, really bringing in seemingly half a tank destroyer platoon there. Seems like the 12th SS in this sector is getting heavily reinforced here. And no, he cancelled the Firefly for a 2nd Comet after all. Deciding he needs some more offensive punch here versus the Hands. He needs to smash as many Germans as horribly as possible. He probably needs to fix up the Comet a bit.
That's right to take it.
Another Goliath. We got 2 Goliaths again here for Creativename, 2 Yak Panthers and 2 Panther 4s. 6-pounder gun moving in. Commanders continue to hide out. Comet moving in, not Cromwell. Or Crometwell. Comet shoots, bounces, and the tank gun shoots, does not. And 2nd Comet arriving here for Luvnest. Yak Panzer shoot, bounces off the Comet's armour. 2nd moving got section advancing as well. There we go. Heavy loss inflicted on the Fultz Grenadiers. Very heavy losses. And there you go, full wipe inflicted here by the 2nd Comet arriving. Got the Goliath hiding in a few shrubberies there. More Goliaths on the way for Creativename. This is going to get quite nerve-wracking for Luvnest at some point. Light gun bomb over there in the hedge and forcing retreat. He might want to trying to flank here. He's going to try and move straight through the center of the Comet. He's going to take a lot of firepower there. Goliath spotted. Troops on flanking there, spotted by the Comet. Commanders rushing in to finish off their Hands, the Germans. Bring up the Comet here. Pretty risky stuff. Panther moving in there. Goes straight to the front of the Comet. There we go. Comet getting into a 6-pounder gun. Shoot, taking down to half health. All of a sudden there, standings tall and proud there out in the open. There you go. All of a sudden charging forward at the Sappers. Now the Comet falling back. Yak Panzer shooting left and right. And almost got the Sappers. The Comet here pushed back by the Yak Panzer. Panther 4 moving in as well here. 6-pounder gun able to support. He's about to lose the Comet. Shot bounced. Pretty lucky. There you go. Just full retreat here. More Goliaths moving in again. He's got 3 of them. Goliath running straight for the Comet Comfort back. Jagdpanzer just not moving. It is an immovable wall here of Deutschland. He's going to need both Comets fixed up. He's only got one. He actually didn't have any head to replace them. That's kind of bad news there for Luvnest. That is bad news. Going for more saps to speed up the repairs of his tanks. Very good decision there, I think, by Luvnest. Very good. More Goliaths for Creativename. He's going for 4 Goliaths. My God. They're just hiding all over the place.
Supply line's been cut. Comet, ready to move out.
Hard work than the Comet. 210 versus 204. Commander spotted, not firing back though. Oh, there you go. 1 Comet finished. Goliath creeping ahead.
200 points now.
Goliath finding out they got a Latgan bomb off, Panzer mauling in. Mauling some Tommies, at least attempting to. Comet going for it. Close to Veterans E1. Close. There you go. Penetrating hit. Veterans 1 gained. Other Comet almost good to go. Yak Panzer's Panzer Woman to 76 pound gun exposed. Comet fires back at the Orbital Darden. Penetrating hit from the Yak Panzer on it. Orbital almost taken out. That is 1 Goliath down. Yak Panzer getting into 2 Comets, going to need repairs once more. I'm pretty swiftly at that. Luvnest situation overall seems a bit tricky here, considering all the armor and tank destroyers Creativename style game, plus all of the Goliaths. There you go, Yak Panzer Ken moving up, Comet as well there, taking hits off from the Yak Panzer. Panzer forming, Yak Panzer not taking any, but there you go, shoots, taking hits, Comet flanking, almost got it. Penetrating hit there. Anti-tank gun down and gets, oh, Goliath goes off, he takes them all out with Goliaths. He's lost down to just 1, Yak Panzer flanked, so 6 gun turning about here. Penetrating hit in the Comet, main gun out. Both Comets in a bad position, Yak Panzer down to half health, Comet down to the Yak Panzer. Yak Panzer will take now going for taking advantage of the destruction of the tank and heavy damage rolled through the center, but there's now nothing to stop the German infantry. There you go, Luvnest leaves. GG, game over. A loss for the Commonwealth, a victory for the German army, and a victory for Goliath, I guess. Nicely played there by Creativename. A bit of a rough start there. Luvnest putting in some good pressure there. But again, sort of around the mid-game there, Luvnest, I think, got a bit overconfident. Threw away that first Comet, and the Goliath, I think, just caused so many whops. Luvnest was essentially thrown off, putting Creativename in a really strong position. We just built up a fat lead, and that was, I think, really the moment there where Creativename sort of really just got into position. And Luvnest had to play a lot more defensive, but also conceding a lot of ground, meaning overall the amount of places could attack through just dropped down. That made it much harder for Luvnest to attack through with as well. So there were certainly some issues there for Luvnest as the game went on. He might also benefit at some point from Bren guns in his section, so just relying fully on commandos. Even just grenades, I think, would have helped out with sections at time there versus Creativename. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, tell friends, share it, where on. If not, send in a replay and part some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers, thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye.